Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to top 100 most dramatic kickouts in WWE history. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
1, 2.
Is this on?
There's something special about a wrestling match when it gets you drawn in and emotionally invested in the near falls. Fans watch on the edge of their seats. Then just when we think it's all over, our favorite wrestlers get the shoulder up.
1D to retain the title! Sami Zayn kicked out of the 1D!
It's a roller coaster of emotions, all in a matter of seconds. For this video, we'll be celebrating moments like this by diving into the lore and suspense of the top 100 greatest kickouts in WWE history. 100. The fact that Triple H was able to make fans suspend their disbelief enough to buy it on this near fall against Taka Michinoku shows how great Hunter is. Credit to Taka also, as he in the game wrestled a barn burner on Raw in 2000.
There's Taka! The moonsault! The moonsault! The count!
99. Randy Orton and Christian's match from SummerSlam 2011 was full of exciting moments, like when Christian almost pinned Orton, only for Randy to power out when the crowd thought it was all over.
Now going for the... Oh my goodness! Orton's in trouble! Christian's gonna do it! Christian's gonna do it! He got it! Did he get it?
98. It's rare to see the wooden ring boards exposed in WWE, but Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker's Hell in a Cell match in 2015 called for it, where Brock managed to kick out following a tombstone.
This ring is in play for the tombstone!
I mean, to be fair at this point, the streak was over with, so it wasn't shocking at all that he was kicking out. This man ended the streak.
97. Lesnar also shook off the tombstone at WrestleMania 30 on his way to breaking The Undertaker's Mania undefeated streak.
Now this was a shocker right here. This one now, out of all of them, this right here had to be the biggest shocker because he ended the Undertaker streak. This was the biggest shocker.
Stone pile driver! Cover on Lesnar! Lesnar kicked out at 2!
96. Check out Paul Heyman's reaction as he nearly inadvertently causes his client Brock Lesnar to suffer defeat against Rob Van Dam at the 2002 King of the Ring. 95. We all love a good shocked kick-out face. And here's a fun one from Keith Lee after he powerbombed Dominik Dijakovic into oblivion at NXT TakeOver Portland.
Another scintillating spirit bomb! Whoa!
94. Next is an astonished reaction from Vince McMahon after The Undertaker kicked out of the Stone Cold Stunner at Judgment Day 2001. 93. Edge was literally pulling his hair out with a crazed look on his face after Shawn Michaels kicked out of the spear at the 2005 Royal Rumble. 92. The Rock was left swearing to himself after Brock Lesnar got up from the rock bottom at SummerSlam 2002. 91. Rock had one foot in Hollywood by the time he wrestled Goldberg.
Fuck Goldberg.
At Backlash 2003. The Great One still brought his A game, but it wasn't enough, as Goldberg kicked out of the rock bottom at the last second.
Oh, wait, they're at the cover! Is this one gonna be over? 2-0! Come on, referee!
90. Here's an even better facial reaction from Matt Riddle after hitting a nice RKO on Roman Reigns in a world title match on SmackDown in 2022 while the crowd was on fire.
Roman Reigns, Riddle, caught him, RKO! Riddle's gonna do it! Damn it, he's gonna do it! And Reigns kicked out at 2!
89. Reigns got hit with this exact counter before against Randy Orton at SummerSlam 2014 in what would be the first of thrilling false finishes for Roman in big singles matches on pay-per-view.
I hated this match because Randy hit this nigga with like 3 RKOs and it took one spear to end Randy. I did not like that. That if they were and remember, this is around the time they was pushing him heavy. This right here pissed me off. Cause it's like he hits 3 RKOs and he hits 1 spear and that's it. No, you can't establish him like that.
88. SummerSlam 2007 was Orton and John Cena's
Maybe against a mid-carder, maybe against somebody like Chris Jericho, who was still on the roster around this time. Maybe somebody like that you could play with, but with Randy Orton, no.
first big pay-per-view match against each other. The crowd were up as Randy Orton was inches away from beating Cena with the RKO. 87. 10 years later at the Royal Rumble, Cena battled AJ Styles in a stellar encounter, where John sensationally powered out of the Styles Clash. 86. Roman Reigns put a lot behind his spear to try and end Cody Rhodes' story at WrestleMania 39, but Cody wasn't going down without a fight.
Good night, Cody! Cody's in it!
85. After Goldberg steamrolled Brock Lesnar in quick succession at Survivor Series 2016, he tried to do it again at WrestleMania 33, but this time Brock had an answer.
Goldberg got him! Hooks the leg! Lesnar kicks out! Lesnar kicked out! Goldberg can't believe it!
84. We're going to be seeing a lot of Kurt Angle on this list with his trademark 2.99 kickouts. Kurt often left it until the very last millisecond to add extra drama and suspense. Here's a prime example of just how late Angle likes to wait before lifting his arm off the mat.
Arm over. It'll count. It'll be over. It'll count. Oh, wait a minute.
Fire ass match.
83. Shawn Michaels took Kurt's head off his shoulders with the sweet chin music at Vengeance 2005, but once again, Angle kicked out near enough on 3.
He's hurt, but he's back. The arm over. The arm over. He got it.
82. Kurt kicking out of the FU at No Way Out 2005 was absolutely perfect timing. It was so close, Angle's opponent John Cena thought he'd won the match.
He's off of the leg! Angle kicked out! Kurt Angle kicked out of the FU!
81. 4 years earlier at No Way Out, Kurt was hit with the People's Elbow by The Rock, but this only garnered a late 2 count.
It's over. That'll be over. And that's what my God, Kurt Angle kicked out.
80. Here's the complete opposite of Kurt's late kickouts, as Sami Zayn powers out at 1 following a powerbomb from Gunther on Raw in 2024.
Is Sammy his kryptonite? Another powerbomb and stack. And that time, Sammy kicks out at 1.
79. So many wrestlers failed to overcome The Undertaker on the grandest stage of them all. In 2011, a third pedigree from Triple H was no match for WrestleMania's final boss.
Are you kidding me? The cover. We have seen history. Oh my. The Undertaker.
78. Batista thought he had taken a beat at WrestleMania 23 with the Batista Bomb, but much to the Animal's dismay, the Phenom got the shoulder up.
Batista going for the Batista bomb! And he got him!
Fire ass match right here. Fire ass match.
77. Seth Rollins performed one of the best reversals to Roman Reigns' spear at Money in the Bank 2016. The counter was so smooth and impactful, it could have easily been the finish, and those in the building certainly thought it was.
Reigns looking for another one! A spear! We have it! Pedigree! We have it! Pedigree! Cover! On the champion!
76. Daniel Bryan vs Brock Lesnar was a dream match fans had been clamoring for dating back years. So when it finally happened at Survivor Series 2018, it was a gripping contest full of twists and turns.
This was a fire ass match as well.
75. At WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan had the Yes movement to spur him on to victory as he fought Triple H in Bryan's first of 2 matches on the night.
Just died. Not yet. Words, yes.
74. WrestleMania 24 versus Shawn Michaels may have been Ric Flair's last match, but the Nature Boy was going to go out swinging to try and keep his career alive.
Michaels pulls himself.
73. You can't beat those legendary Attitude Era main events. They were overbooked with ref bumps to slow things down, only to build them back up for the grandstand finishes. Backlash 2000 is a perfect example, as The Rock fired back against Triple H and his goons. 72. 4 attitude adjustments, including 2 back-to-back, with a roll-through couldn't put Roman Reigns away at No Mercy 2017. John Cena was getting a taste of his own medicine from back in the day, when no one could keep him down for 3.
Another leg! Reigns hooks the leg! Cena with
71. Cena and Shawn Michaels' hour-long classic from Raw in 2007 took fans on a ride as we didn't want it to end. The UK crowd were at fever pitch for this bell-to-bell epic. 70.
One of the
Michaels
best.
and Cena traded near falls all throughout their in-ring clinic, but the most captivating false finishes were when they each kicked out of each other's signature move. We saw a similar flurry of near falls in Cena and Shawn's match at WrestleMania 23 a few weeks prior, including when Michaels caught Cena with sweet chin music. Just listen to the emotion in JR's voice making the call.
The arm over. Will it be? No. Cena will not die.
68. John Cena put some extra oomph on this AA to The Miz at WrestleMania 27, but despite that, it couldn't get the job done. This was made all the more thrilling since it was JR and King on the call, which wasn't commonplace at the time. 67. Cena was on the receiving end of a Triple H sledgehammer attack at WrestleMania 22. Much of the hostile Chicago crowd wanted John to lose, but they were just as surprised to see him withstand a shot from the game's secret weapon. 66. In the same match, Triple H had to deal with Cena's unwavering resilience, throwing everything at the game, including his trademark FU.
Nope.
65. At the 2009 Survivor Series, Cena was already down and out when Shawn Michaels delivered a sweet chin music to Triple H. However, the Cerebral Assassin inadvertently fell into a cover on top of John. Cena then kicked out in dramatic fashion.
Moved up the band and delivered. Into the cover. He doesn't even know it.
Nope.
64. WrestleMania 20's triple threat main event is a match of the century candidate, especially with goosebump-inducing near falls like when Shawn Michaels superkicked Chris Benoit, which forced a long 2 count that features some fantastic camera shots.
Nope.
63. The ultimate opportunist Edge was ready to strike down The Undertaker to cash in Money in the Bank and win the World Heavyweight Championship. Taker had already been destroyed by Mark Henry, but it was going to take more than that to bury the Phenom on SmackDown in 2007.
The referee is disgusted. I'm disgusted. Here's the cover. Hook on the leg.
Nope.
And Undertaker kicked out. Come on, Undertaker.
62. At November to Remember 1998, Masato Tanaka became the first and only wrestler in ECW history to kick out of the Dudley Boys' iconic 3D.
Top rope. 3D and Masato Tanaka. 3D and Masato Tanaka. That'll be all.
Nope.
61. Kofi Kingston had everyone behind him in 2019. Everything wanted him to get his WWE title-winning WrestleMania moment, but WWE had fans on the ropes all throughout the storyline, including when Daniel Bryan was a whisker away from pinning Kofi at Mania 35.
Bryan tucked underneath. There's the knee. Goodbye, WrestleMania.
Nope.
Kofi kicked out.
60. Kofi won over the WWE audience in a big way prior to his WrestleMania 35 match, including at Elimination Chamber 2019, where Kingston fought tooth and nail to stay in it after a tremendous back and forth with Bryan.
And now Bryan, the running knee, the cover on Kofi.
Nope.
Oh, Kofi kicked out. Kofi kicked out.
59. Kurt Angle's late kickouts required the most precise timing. Even if it was slightly off, fans couldn't tell in the moment. They were too swept up in the thrilling drama of Kurt's outstanding matches, which were complemented by the epic false finishes. Case in point, his classic with Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 20.
Eddie Guerrero. Yes, come on.
Nope.
58. It's always significant when a protected finisher is kicked out of for the first time. This was the case for Brock Lesnar's F5, when Kurt Angle got the shoulder up in typical late angle fashion at WrestleMania 19. Credit to Mike Chioda for putting extra sizzle on the count. He was one of the best referees in creating that big fight-filled atmosphere, especially with his counts.
Nope.
57. At Elimination Chamber 2014, Daniel Bryan looked like he'd been cheated by the Authority after Corporate Kane's interference led directly to an RKO from Randy Orton. But it was going to take more than that to keep Bryan down. His kick out here rallied the crowd behind him with a huge yes chant starting up immediately after.
Nope.
56. The WWE had screwed Bryan so much in the run-up to WrestleMania 30, we weren't certain he could overcome the odds. At the event, each fan's collective heart sank as Batista picked up the scraps to cover Randy Orton, but thankfully, it wasn't to be.
Daniel Bryan dead. And now Batista to steal the championship.
55. Johnny Gargano was willed on by the NXT TakeOver Philadelphia crowd, allowing him to stay alive after taking a great deal of punishment from Andrade. This near fall sparked numerous chants that began an incredible climax to a legendary encounter.
Hammerlock DDT!
Damn,
With the Unos Dos!
Nope.
Unbelievable!
54. Rain Spear wasn't enough to take care of Sami Zayn at the 2023 Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It was essentially a handicap match for Roman, who was also up against Zayn's hometown of Montreal. Listen to them scream at the top of their lungs when Sami gets the shoulder up.
Reigns back in to take advantage now to retain the championship. No.
53. Kurt Angle's up again with a heart-stopping near fall at SummerSlam 2003, which was enhanced by the commentary from Michael Cole and Taz. Not to mention Brock Lesnar's emotional facial expression.
One leg, look at right here!
Nope.
52. The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Undertaker's three-way at Vengeance 2002 is considered one of the greatest triple threat matches of all time. It's full of captivating false finishes, including when Taker doesn't have enough left to fully kick out, so he stops the ref's count manually.
Nope.
51. The Rock then battled back against an Angle Slam from Kurt, resulting in a kick out from the People's Champ at 2.99.
What a slobber knocker hit! He ain't gonna slam Brock! The Rock is out! It's gonna be done!
Nope.
50. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar's hard-hitting showdown at WrestleMania 31 was a superb contest, in no small part thanks to grandstand false finishes like this.
Another spear. A second spear for the championship.
Nope.
49. There's nothing like those big WrestleMania false finishes that draw us in hook, line, and sinker. Rhea Ripley came oh so close to pinning Charlotte Flair off the Riptide at Mania 39.
Nope.
48. At SummerSlam 91, Bret the Hitman Hart dramatically kicked out of the Perfect Plex, deep into a classic bout with Mr. Perfect.
No. Has he got the fingers locked?
Nope.
He got it down. I can't believe it.
47. Arn Anderson had one of the best run-ins in a WrestleMania match back in 2002, when he planted The Undertaker with a good old-fashioned spine on the pine, double A spine buster. But it wasn't enough as Taker powered out and sent his opponent Ric Flair flying.
There's Arn Anderson! Arn Anderson! It's over! He got it!
Nope.
Undertaker kicked out!
46. The Undertaker's brother Kane was amongst the few who could push the Phenom to the limit, doing so at WrestleMania 14 by becoming one of the first to kick out Taker's Tombstone Piledriver.
Nobody's ever kicked out of the Undertaker's tombstone!
45. Although earlier in the bout, the Big Red Machine hit a tombstone of his own, but The Undertaker was able to kick out at 2. JR and King's commentary is pure gold here.
Tombstone! Unbelievable! Undertaker, he kicked out! He got a shoulder up!
44. John Cena's superhero-like persona was able to withstand so much damage, yet still power out at 2. At WrestleMania 26, Batista's face said it all. What more could the animal do to keep Cena down?
Nope.
43. Also at Mania 26, Batista had to combat Cena's attitude adjustment. John caught Dave with a massive one, with the animal getting the shoulder up just in the nick of time.
Nope.
42. Batista knew firsthand how tough it was to defeat Cena. At SummerSlam 2008, an insane mid-air Batista bomb couldn't even get the 3. This spot also herniated a disc in John's neck.
He's got it. Wait for the leg drop. Here's the cover. Up to the leg.
Nope.
The fact that he was able to kick out of that with
Even
a
the back pile driver couldn't
herniated
take
disc
Cena out.
in
CM
his
Punk
neck is
pulled out all
crazy.
the stops versus John during their match on Raw in 2013. Fans were not only shocked to see the move return, but the fact Cena kicked out too. It was unbelievable.
Cena's knee. That was Cena. No. He's not going to go. Oh, my God.
Not gonna lie, as much as I hate CM Punk, as much as I hate CM Punk, I'm not gonna lie. This match right here, this was one of them ones right here. This was a very good match right here.
Cena's out. Cena kicks out.
40. Cena was the one who couldn't believe it at WrestleMania 29 when he stole The Rock's rock bottom. John's shocked face after the near fall is an iconic image.
Nope.
John, what are you thinking?
39. Sami Zayn needed a miracle if he was to defeat Roman Reigns at the 2023 Elimination Chamber event. The Canadian ultimately came up short on the night, but this haluva kick was so agonizingly close to victory.
Do you believe in miracles? Haluva can't hit it. Hook of the leg.
Nope.
It's kicked out.
38. While not a near fall in the traditional sense, for a split second we all believed Dean Ambrose had beaten Triple H to become the new WWE Champion at Roadblock 2016.
Dean Ambrose to go to WrestleMania! Nope. Did the officials say Ambrose finger under the bottom rope?
37. It was a similar story when Seth Rollins got out of jail whilst defending the WWE title against Neville on Raw in 2015. It was a unique false finish that nearly had us.
Nope.
36. Wrestling is unique in how it plays with our emotions, like how fans got behind Santino Marella and started to believe he could really win the world title, even if you knew deep down it was highly unlikely. For those few minutes we were able to suspend our disbelief by getting caught up in the moment.
They should have went through with it. They should have went through with it. They should have gave us what we wanted. They should have gave us Santino Marella as a world champion, bro. If you can do it with Jinder Mahal, you could have did it with Santino. I'm just saying.
35. Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano were in the midst of wrestling a 5-star classic at TakeOver New York when we witnessed the greatest near fall in NXT history. Just listen to the crowd explode over the top of incredible commentary from Mauro Ranallo.
Nope.
34. You know John Cena's digging deep to win when he whips out the Avalanche AA from the top rope. Kevin Owens became the first person to get back up from this super finisher at Battleground 2015.
Nope.
33. A year later at SummerSlam, AJ Styles achieved the same feat. This near fall sent the audience and announced team into a frenzy, and creating sensational drama in the process. It was conjoined twins close, as Mauro Ranallo put it on commentary.
Nope.
32. A chair shot from Bret Hart rocked The Undertaker with a chair shot at SummerSlam 97, but it was just one of the many times Taker's skull has been rocked, only for him to get back up.
Nope.
31. Something similar happened at WrestleMania 29 vs CM Punk, courtesy of being hit with an urn, but once again, the Phenom lived.
That's right. Punk used the urn.
He didn't even hit him.
Nope.
30. Triple H legitimately knocked The Undertaker silly with a sledgehammer shot at WrestleMania 17, but Hunter knew if that wasn't going to do it, nothing would, as Taker entered his God mode on the grandest stage.
Nope.
29. It was a WrestleMania screwjob when Vince McMahon turned on The Rock in 2000, but with the millions and millions by his side, the People's Champion was able to stay alive for a little while longer. 28. It was almost identical scenes for The Rock the next year at WrestleMania. McMahon aligned with Stone Cold, who wiped out the Brahma Bull with a wicked chair shot. But a big kick out from The Rock showed he had a lot left in the tank.
Oh, for God's sakes!
27. At WrestleMania 15, Austin stunned the ever-loving hell out of the Great One. And as Earl Hebner crawled into the cover, he could only muster a long 2 count as The Rock struck back.
Nope.
26. Eddie Guerrero was the ultimate underdog going up against Brock Lesnar at No Way Out 2004. If Eddie was to win the WWE Championship, then he needed something big, and interference from Goldberg brought Guerrero ever so close to glory.
What the hell? He's steal it! Oh my God! And he's gonna
25. It was so hard to pin John Cena in a big match. Fans weren't sure if any challenger could step to Cena, but in 2011, CM Punk was that guy, and in front of his hometown crowd at Money in the Bank Chicago, there was no way Punk could lose.
for the AA! This time, he delivers with authority! John Cena saving the no, and not again!
24. There were few times you could bet against Cena though. Even after winning a grueling Elimination Chamber match at New Year's Revolution 2006, fans still believed John could pull it out of the bag during a Money in the Bank cash-in from Edge, as seen from this ridiculously late near fall. It was so close referee Kyoto even slapped the mat for 3.
Waiting on him!
23. Roman Reigns had not been pinned for over 3 years going into Money in the Bank 2023, but when Jey Uso used Roman's patented low blow kickout against him, we started to believe this could be the night Reigns finally loses.
Spear! Nope. He kicked out! Jey kicked out!
22. Goldberg and Diamond Dallas Page wrestled one of WCW's top main events at Halloween Havoc 1998, and when DDP hit the Diamond Cutter, the fans were hooked.
He's sucking it up. Page has got the diamond cutter. 1, 2, Goldberg's out of 2.
21. It was very rare to see wrestlers kick out of finishing moves back in the day, so imagine the stunned excitement when the Ultimate Warrior got the shoulder up after 5 straight Macho Man elbow drops at WrestleMania 7.
What a display here. I told you about so. 1, 2.
Nope.
No.
20. History somewhat repeated itself a year later, when Sid kicked out of Hulk Hogan's atomic leg drop in the main event of WrestleMania 8. It wasn't planned, but it helped create a shocking, memorable moment.
Hulk's there looking to drop the leg. He did. It's all over. No.
19. When Triple H delivered the pedigree to Cactus Jack at the Royal Rumble 2000, everyone thought that was that, since few got up from the pedigree during this time period. But to the fans' surprise, Cactus still had some fight left in him. 18. It was an iconic counter when Randy Orton turned The Undertaker's chokeslam into an RKO at WrestleMania 21, but at 2 7/8, Taker lived to fight another day.
Let's go for 9. Kicked out.
17. WrestleMania 24 saw Edge come within a hair of breaking The Undertaker's streak, but you just can't count out the Phenom at the show of shows. Edge's face told the whole story.
It's a spear. 1, 2.
Nope.
Undertaker kicked out.
16. WrestleMania 29 hosted the final clash in Taker's legendary saga of amazing streak matches dating back to Mania 23. The Phenom was going to have to give everything he had to beat CM Punk.
Tombstone pile driver.
Nope.
15. Shawn Michaels found out more than anyone how the mythical Phenom just cannot be beat on the grandest stage. With his career on the line, HBK went for broke at WrestleMania 26, but Taker said not this time.
Watch it, sweet shit. Michaels has done it.
Nope.
What?
14. A year earlier, Mr. WrestleMania met an identical fate when he failed to break the streak in what many consider to be the greatest Mania match of all time.
There it is. Music again.
Nope.
Good God Almighty, the match continues.
13. Michaels had previously worked the 5-star classic at WrestleMania against Kurt Angle in 2005. There were kickouts galore here too, with the pick of the bunch being a magnificent Angle Slam from the top rope.
Kick is on Angle. No. The Angle Slammer.
Nope.
12. In the main event of WrestleMania 39 Night 1, Michael Cole's commentary helped sell the importance of Sami Zayn being the first wrestler to kick out of the Usos 1D in yet another match for the ages.
1D to retain the title.
Nope.
Sami Zayn kicked out of the 1D.
11. When the near falls bring us to the edge of our seats watching each one with bated breath, then we know we're witnessing something special. Taker and Shawn at WrestleMania 26 was exactly that.
Trying to try the career of Michaels. The career of Shawn Michaels.
Nope.
10. And when The Undertaker reacts like this after seeing someone kick out of the tombstone, then you know you're watching something truly spectacular.
Nope.
9. The same goes for The Rock and John Cena's dream match at WrestleMania 28. Attitude Era fans were all pulling for the great one, but Cena was the face of 8. Of all the streak stoppers that came the closest, Triple H using The Undertaker's own tombstone piledriver against him at WrestleMania 27 is right at the very top of the list.
This is too much.
Nope.
What did we just see?
7. At WrestleMania
That was a good
24,
match.
Charles Robinson sprinted to the ring as if his life depended on it, so he could count The Undertaker's fall after delivering a tombstone to Edge. Perhaps the Rated R superstar channeled some of his opponent's mythical powers to sensationally kick out of 2.
Got it. Pile driver. The official falling down to the ring. There's 1 and 2. And he'll take
Nope.
it. And it's kicked out.
6. Stone Cold damn near stunned The Rock through our television screens at WrestleMania 17, but the eventual kickout was so emphatic, even those in the cheap seats of the Astrodome could see it clear as day, while the entire arena roared in approval.
Austin got the stunner. Austin got the leg hook.
Nope.
On the rock.
5. Hulk Hogan didn't just kick out of the rock bottom at WrestleMania 18. He powered out and hulked up in true Hulkster fashion. The Immortal One had the Toronto Skydome in the palm of his hand. The energy in the building was palpable and the atmosphere electric.
There's a rock top. The hook of the leg. And this kicked out. Hogan kicked out.
4. Out of all the shocked kickout faces we've seen on this list so far, The Rock's at WrestleMania 19 when he couldn't put away Stone Cold is one of the absolute best reactions.
Back in. That's Nope.
My God, I don't believe it. This referee can't count to 3.
3. So many had fallen to Hulk Hogan's leg drop. Just like Andre before him, it seemed like The Rock would be another name to add to the list at WrestleMania 18. But battling back against the crowd and fan favorite Hogan, the Great One mercilessly got the shoulder up.
He beat Andre the Giant with that move. The leg is hooked. Oh my God.
2. Wrestling is about the moments, and one of the most gripping pieces of storytelling in a match was when Shawn Michaels kicked out of the tombstone at WrestleMania 25. From the facial expressions to JR's call on commentary, it was truly a special moment.
The count.
Nope.
I just had an out-of-body experience.
1. Out of all threats to the
This had to be number one. I was like, I know we saving the best for last. This had to be number one. This by far is the most. Watching this live damn near gave me a heart attack, bro. Just sitting on the edges, bro. The sweet chin music into a pedigree, that should have ended the streak, bro. They should have ended the streak off that alone. When Shawn Michaels sweet super kick Undertaker into a pedigree and he kicked out, that was peak motherfucking cinema, nigga. This was peak fucking cinema right here, bro. For real.
Undertaker's WrestleMania streak we've seen so far. Nothing came closer to ending it than when special referee Shawn Michaels superkicked Taker into the pedigree at WrestleMania 28. Up until that point, if anything was going to keep the Phenom down and end the streak, this was it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our similar video on the top 100 of the most perfect sells in WWE history. Hope you
Alrighty, that's just gonna about do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out.